What's up, everybody? Greg here, bringing you another episode of A Discussion with Greg. Right now, I'm playing some Legacy Discord. It's been 2 weeks since I did my last episode. This is episode 2, and I wanted to apologize to everyone. I haven't been able to make any content lately. I had some malfunctions with my microphone, so I had to buy a new one. Anywho, let's get to it. I got a couple things I want to talk about, a couple things I want to go over. First, I'm going to start this light round. Boom, boom, boom. Who do I want to pick? Who do I want to pick? I want to try to pick people from my fellowship, which is a new addition to the game with the last update, which I can talk about and show you guys a little bit. But every single thing that you can do as a group, and you include you include people that are on your fellowship. It's going to get you points for your fellowship. Now, there's a max every day, but on top of the points for your fellowship or the experience points for your fellowship, you can also get loyalty points, which is used as almost as a form of experience points, because you have different skills that are attached to your fellowship and everyone within your fellowship, and it can go up levels. And it goes up levels by using your individual loyalty points. So you want to try to do as much as possible every single joint or team dungeon together to get that extra loyalty. That's another thing that really bothers me about this game. Why can't I do multiple messages within a time period, especially within the guild? I could see in World if there's going to be people that just spammed messages, and that's probably why they put a 10-second wait. But for them to do it in your own guild chat or even in private chat and have that 10-second wait, that's ridiculous. It's so fucking annoying. GTA Arcade, fix that shit. For real. It's annoying as shit. Yes, you do have an invite, son. Okay, let's start this. Gold. I really don't like gold. Well, I do need some more gold, but I'm just let it go. On the gold ones, I let it be auto because they're pretty short. And I just don't even care about gold. So, a couple things. So, let's talk about a topic. First topic, I had a guild member ask about my opinion on Horizon Zero Dawn in comparison to The Last of Us. For those who don't know, Last of Us is a PlayStation exclusive that came at the end of the PlayStation 3 life cycle, a game developed by Naughty Dog, and it's considered one of the greatest games of the last generation, even really of this generation. Just it was a hallmark for a new way of storytelling, or like a more deep and immersed storytelling experience in a video game. And so by most accounts, it's a masterpiece. By pretty much all accounts, it's a masterpiece of a game. Horizon Zero Dawn, so I've probably played it maybe 60 hours now. I'm at the very end. I think I'm on the last mission right before you beat the game. I should be getting the platinum here soon because I've been trying to do every single side quest along the way, and I've got quite a bit of the trophies. So, and I aim to get the platinum. For those of you platinum hunters out there. here's my opinion of Horizon Zero Dawn. I've played both games. I've never been a big Guerrilla Games fan. I'm not a big fan of their games. They're okay. They're not bad, but they're not like fantastic. But this game is unbelievable. Just it's got its hooks in me. I play it as much as I can. When I'm not playing it, I'm at work thinking about it or looking up stuff on it. In terms of gameplay, it's hands down the best game I've ever played. I mean, without comparison. The storytelling is good too. I don't think it quite compares to The Last of Us. The Last of Us, I think, had a more somber and just gripping, I guess, story that pulled you in a little bit better. And this has got a good story too, and it's definitely top tier in terms of storytelling, but it doesn't hit that same level that Last of Us did. So when I would compare them, they're both fantastic games, both masterpieces, but I would put Horizon Zero Dawn slightly above The Last of Us, based purely off the gameplay, purely off of the exploration, the things it's doing with its open world exploration, with the gameplay, with the side missions, all that stuff. It feels new in a world where we have an overabundance of these open world games, of all these Assassin's Creeds and Far Cries and any other fucking open world games that you can think of. Like, there's just too many of them. And so this is just one of those games that it feels like it's redefining the genre, and I love it for that. I really do. What do I want? Nah, I'll keep that. Nope, keep that. Yeah, I want to change to that. Okay. So that's my opinion in terms of the two of them. If I were to rate the Horizon Zero Dawn, I would rate it as a near perfect game, as a masterpiece. I really want to try to finish this and platinum it before I jump into Zelda. I've played a little bit of Zelda, but hopefully the next 2 days I can finish Horizon and then throw my time into Zelda for the next week. I know Nintendo is making announcements that you should be able to stream video games off of it soon. So once that happens, I'll start streaming off of some Zelda from my Switch. Which, by the way, the Switch I love it. It's actually a pretty good system. So let's really quickly talk about the updates. So if you look into your Friends tab over here, you'll see those two beer bottles clinking together, or those mead mugs. Mead. It's called the Fellowship tab. So when you go to it, you have a fellowship. In order to get into a fellowship, you have to have at least 2,000 friendship points, or sorry, 200 friendship points with somebody. You get friendship points by doing things together: experience dungeon, gold dungeon, guild dungeon, you name it, anything you can do together, that gives you friendship points. So once you get to 200, then you can ask to be in a fellowship together and make a fellowship. Now, if you don't want to wait, because that takes some time, and you want to get straight to the fellowship, you can pay 800 diamonds and you can make a fellowship with somebody, and it brings you automatically to 200. So for our fellowship, Zephyrix, he went ahead and he paid to make all of us 200 friendship with him, and then he made the fellowship with all of us. So for the fellowship, the same thing applies. For getting friendship points, you're going to get fellowship experience. So you're going to do guild dungeon, Icefire. It says Icefire field, but I think that's glitched because we've done Icefire fields and we never get experience from it, even when we're not maxed out. Wholesome, Mysterious Wholesome, gold dungeon, experience dungeon, city defense, all that stuff. So that gives you experience points when you do that. And then it also gives you loyalty. If you see loyalty at the top right, I have 1350. Loyalty is individual. That's not loyalty for the entire fellowship. That's my loyalty, okay? So Geonix may have 2500 loyalty, okay? So if you go over here to skills, if I tap on the skills, I can use that loyalty to level up these skills. So these are the 2 skills we've unlocked because we're only level 2. So we've been throwing it more into camaraderie just because that one makes most sense, okay? So, because it applies to guild dungeon, it applies to city defense, and it applies to ice fire field, and it increases our damage. That to us is more important. So we've been throwing our loyalty into that. And then you have the next one that we'll unlock is the Blood Oath, which reduces damage against other fellowship members while in deathmatch. Now this would be a good one depending on the server you're in. However, in our server, all of us in the fellowship, we're all in the same guild, and our guild is the #1 guild. So we don't have to worry about anybody challenging our guild or challenging us as the top contenders within deathmatch. So it's kind of pointless. I'm sure right now I'm the top in our server, so they may try to, throw some loyalty to minimize the damage they receive from me, but it also minimizes the damage that I receive for them. So for us, it's pointless. After that is Giant Killer. It increases the damage that we do against the boss as long as 2 or more fellowship members are in the Untamed Wilds while the boss is going on, which we're all going to be there. So it increases our damage against the boss by 1%. That's a pretty good one. The more damage you do against the boss, the more likely it is that you're going to get the last hit, because it increases that margin of damage. So the more damage you're hitting is the more likely, even if if it's at the end, even if you don't get the necessarily like you're faster, but if you get that one hit where it's at the end of his life and you're hitting more damage, it's going to give you that last hit. So I've noticed that once I got higher BR, I started getting the last hit, and I'm not doing anything different. I just put it on auto by tapping the icon of the boss at the top. Once I get close to him, I walk as close as I can, I hit the icon again, and then I let it go. And I've noticed I get the last hit at least twice a week. So the last one, the 5th, is probably the most important, I think. And that's going to increase your gold and experience dungeon percentage when you do it with fellowship members by a percentage. So I actually am more interested in the gold percentage. If we can all start saving up and throw it in the jackpot once we get it unlocked, then that could be massive amounts of gold. Now combine that with your arcane, or whatever the fuck it's called, your Mystic Turret. Okay, once you get to a specific level of Mystic Turret, I want to say it's level 10. Let me see. Maybe level like 5 or 6. Level 10, yeah, you increase your daily gold dungeon entries by 1. So now imagine that you're going to get 2 gold dungeons a day, and those 2 gold dungeons now, let's say, have an increased percentage of, say, 10%, okay? That's going to be massive in terms of getting gold and saving gold. I don't want to do Ice Fire right now, this second. So, let's go back to friendship, to fellowship. Okay, so fellowship, as you see, we're about to get to level 3. Once you get to level 2, you unlock this cross-server battle. However, there's seasons, and our season hasn't started, so we can't do anything with it. Next is going to be rewards raw, which we unlock at level 3. Obviously, it'll be unlocked tomorrow. I can do another video once it unlocks and we see what it does to let you guys know. And then every day you get a fellowship reward that you get to claim every single day. And it just depends on what level. So once we get to level 3, that's the one we get to claim, and then 4, so on and so forth. And it gets all the way down to that. So it doesn't change what you get, it just increases in quantity. That is the fellowship. Here, a couple of notes. 1, I would recommend doing it with somebody in your guild. 2, make sure that you have really good communication even outside of game with these people, because we find that we get the most experience and most loyalty from the mysterious wholesome, which just pops up randomly. So as soon as it pops up, we send out the invites to people even though they're offline, and then we send a text to each other saying, hey, our wholesome just popped, sent out invites. that means they know they have, 50 minutes, 45 minutes or whatever to log on to do it before it disappears, and we're all pretty good about that. And then besides that, we try to coordinate, hey, let's all jump on and do Experience Dungeon right now during the Experience event, or hey, it's just reset, let's do Gold Dungeon together. Having that communication outside the game, I think, is key in order to make your fellowship be as successful as possible. No, I do not want to do that yet. I will in a second. That's fellowships. Right now they have the fireworks festival going on. You get a login reward just for logging in, hitting the collect, and you get some items. It's okay. While you go to I'll show you real quick. So when you go to a regular stage, I'm going to go ahead and do some blitzing real quick. As you see that firework token, I got 2. Pretty much every single stage you get 2. Okay, so you can use those firework tokens. You can use those firework tokens at the gift exchange. So you go to the gift exchange, here's the firework tokens. What I like to do is I like to buy pet vouchers. I save them for pet vouchers, and then that allows me to use those pet vouchers to level up my pets. I already have all the pets, but it's good for getting them up rank. So I can try to get max rank for all of them. Getting max rank in pets is way more important than getting max rank in your wings. Just because it increases those joint skills that they have. As long as they're both the same rank, then you're gonna get that joint skill will increase the amount that you get, the percentages or whatever the amounts are. So I can show that to you actually real quick. So if you go to the pets, you go to affinity. So right here, an unmovable, okay? So both of them are level 3, and you can see that's what I get from having Freezy and what's his face, Merler. So you see max HP and attack are both at plus 7% on top of the other stats that are increased. Now if I go to level 4, like they're both hit level 4, that percentage is increased to 8% for both of them. And then I get increased stats for all that other stuff. Almost double the increased stats, okay? And then it goes to 9% and then 10% at the final, okay? So those percentages are pretty important on top of the additional stats. So that's why you want to try to level up or rank up your pets. That's why it's really important. And it's a huge BR boost. And then, I'm gonna jump, you know what I wanted to do this while I was on. So I'm about to finish this totem now. Let's see how much BR I get. I have 26,955,000. I'm gonna say I probably get about 100. Probably about 100, let's see. No, 70, that's not bad. 70,000, not bad. I can do 100 of those, holy shit. And it's 8 skill books, Jesus. That's a lot. Okay. But that brought me to 27 million, very nice. Okay, let's, people keep asking me to do Ice Fire, so let's do Ice Fire. Let's do Invite All. Come on, come on. Oh, I know what I can talk about. Oh, while we wait for this and while I do Ice Fire. The Tycoon event. We just recently went through Tycoon event for our server, wasn't cross server. So there was 4 different, and then the overall It was gold, gems, enchant. No, not enchant. This stone, shit, what are they called? I want to say they're enchanting stones, but I could be wrong. Yeah, they are enchanting stones. The enchanting stones, and then there's the last one. Enchanting and reforging. No, not reforging. See you later, dude. You done, son. Here's AFK. I like to pull up the boss first. Boss is up. I'm just fucking up this crystal. Let's fuck their shit up. Come on, here comes the boss. See you later, dude. Sorry, you said. And done. Okay. Still have one more to do, but I'll wait. Okay, so anywho, so is augment. Okay, so it's augment, enchant, gems, and gold, and then an overall. So here is how I ended up getting fourth overall. I got fourth overall. So that's why actually I have these wings on. I got the falcon wings, and how I was able to do it, if you notice, when I was doing my mining earlier. So this first one, even though it says augment stone, I didn't actually have augment stone. I had the enchanting stone, the blue enchanting stone. The reason why is because you get more of them. I want to say it was like 20 or 22 for a 12-hour period. Enchanting stone, for the lowest level, the blue, you get 40 points. For the augment stone, you get 20 points. So it's double the points. So I did that instead. I kept this one augment stone, I kept that one the same. Where the rune fragment is, that rune fragment was a gem fragment. That advanced enchant was the same. The boosting stone, the R3 boosting stone, I actually had that as an R3 advanced or superior enchant. And then where the amber is, I had gold. So that's what I did for mining. I did it consistently every 12 hours. Now, when it came to looting, I was only looking for enchanting stones, either the advanced or the basic. Advanced was best, just because an advanced stone, every single time you loot it, you get one, and it's automatically 60 points. So when it came to mining, that's what I did. That actually gave me quite a bit of points every single day. Now, I also saved up a ton of obsidian. So I want to say I had like 20k obsidian, and I used that 20k obsidian to buy as many basic enchants as I could. Buying that actually boosted my basic enchant. I want to say I got first place on the enchantment section. So I did that. that was it that helped me to boost that as much as possible. Then obviously I went and did gems every day. So I would go to the elite stages. I'd go to elite stages, I'd quick blitz, and then I'd use that to make gems. That would give me enough points. I didn't like to buy gems just because they're really expensive and you don't get much points. So when it came to spending my diamonds, then every day, I didn't spend my diamonds on anything except for Tycoon. So I had about 3,000 gems I got a day, like I talked about in previous videos. I use those 3,000 diamonds a day, and I put it first in gold, and I hit like the 5,000 to 6,000 mark, and then I stopped. Then I put it into augment stones, and I got to like 5,000 to 6,000, and then I stopped. My gems, I left. They didn't hit 5,000 until the third day, the day before the last day. But that was fine with me because I think only like 5 people hit that level. There wasn't many people that were in the 5,000 that actually got high enough to place and get a prize. And then I threw all the rest of my diamonds, every single diamond I could, into enchanting, because you get so many more points. Basic enchant you get 40, advanced enchants you get 60, superior enchant you get 80. So my tactic was I bought all the cheapest basic enchants first. Then I went to the second cheapest basic enchants and bought all those. Then I went to the cheapest advanced enchants and bought up those. And then I went to the cheapest superior and bought up those. By the time I'd done all that, the event was over and I had enough. That really is what boosted all my points. For augmenting, you can also buy augmenting material in the guild dungeon. So I started saving my guild gold, not guild dungeon, I'm sorry, correction, guild store. So I started saving my guild gold. See right here, I can buy light stone, and if I refresh it, it'll probably pop up with more light stones, maybe 2 sets of light stones, or 1 set of light stone, and the enchanting or whatever augmenting stone. Okay, or it's even the big mama jama, whatever the hell they're called. The star stone. So that star stone right there, you can buy those too. They're a little bit more expensive, but they give you a shit ton of points. I want to say it's like 100 points. And when you buy them, it's 3 at a time for like 1750 gold. But that's 300 points right there, automatically added. You buy that a couple times, and just on top of getting guild gold every single day, that will boost as much as you need. So, and then the last thing I did was I saved all of my these whatever they're called, treasure tickets that you get from the guild escort. I saved all those treasure tickets, and I had like 80 or 90 of them, and I blew them all in one day. So every single time you use one, it's 50,000 gold. That's 5 points for gold, unless you get the reforging stones, which happens maybe once every 5 to 10. So even with close to 100, I got couple million worth of gold, and that gave me plenty of points in gold. So there's a lot of little things you can do like that when it comes to doing the Tycoon. I didn't spend a dime on Tycoon. I was still able to get in top 5, and I was still able to get the 80 wing tickets in order to get a new set of wings. So that's my advice, and that's how I did it, how it worked for me, and how I recommend you do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it there with this episode of a discussion with Greg. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you to all my subscribers. I just hit over 300. That's awesome. I really appreciate it, guys. I love you guys. I'm doing this for all of you, and I enjoy doing it, but obviously you guys are the one that helped me to keep doing content. So make sure to hit me up on Twitter, send me an email, let me know what else do you guys want to see. Leave comments down below if there's any content that you're looking for. If there's anything you want me to discuss during my discussion with the Greg series, let me know, and I can talk about it. I don't care if it's relationship stuff, if it's, you know, other video game stuff, if it's movies. You know, I'm gonna go see Logan here soon. Has anyone seen Logan? I've heard it's pretty good. So if you want to, let me know in the comments what your opinions are. But thank you guys. You guys are awesome. If you like what you see and you want to see more, hit the buttons below, like, subscribe. Thank you. This is Greg, and I'm out.